Hello everyone, welcome to the Cloud Computing session 23. So in the previous session we have studied about the network connection which is needed to access the cloud services, and from that we have studied basic public internet and accelerated internet. So in today's session we'll see the remaining points of the network connection which is needed to access the cloud services. So the third point we'll see optimize internet overlay. So this optimize internet overlay, this method is used for creating software layers over the public internet. That means it is going to add some extra internet networking overlay over the top of another network layer. So it is a method of using software to create layers. An overlay network is built on top of another network supported by its infrastructure by encapsulating one packet inside of another packet. So this is going to optimize internet overlay. So some extra security it is going to add to the basic public internet by adding some extra layer over that, so that it will encapsulate one packet inside of another packet. An optimized internet overlay approach allows the customers to access the cloud through the public internet, but enhancement occurs on the provider's cloud. So, but the implementation and internet overlaying and creating extra layers on the internet will happen on the provider's site, cloud provider's site. Virtual connection between two endpoints of a network using routing or switching softwares. So virtual connection is done between two endpoints of a network using routing and switching softwares. So routers are used and the switches are used in between for virtual connection between two endpoints. Like for example, VPN, point-to-point protocol and voice over internet protocol. So this can be the example of optimized internet overlay. So in this VPN we can find out many types. So one of the example is optimized internet overlay of this VPN. Enhancements at these points of presence include, so enhancements which happens on the cloud providers. So implementation will be done on the cloud providers side. So what will be done? Optimize real-time routing. This helps avoid slowdowns. So routing. So routing is used to optimize it, okay, and it helps to avoid slowdowns. So whatever the problems arises, whatever the how to increase the speed, these all thing will be because of optimization. These all will speed up. Protocols and payload can be optimized and re-encrypted. So protocols and payload can be optimized and re-encrypted. So optimize is nothing but, so comprising means you are reducing the size of that flow so that the network speed will be speed, and in these protocols and payload even this will be optimized. Better scalability, fault tolerance and response time, usually in excess of 80%. So better scalability, so because of this enhancement on the cloud providers you will get better scalability, fault tolerance, okay, somewhat fault can be tolerated, and response time, so excess of 80%. So that much it will increase. Disadvantages of this method include, it is costlier than public internet connectivity, sometimes as much as 4 times as much. So this is because basic internet you are securing it again by adding internet overlay. So because of this again you are adding the layers on that, software layers you are creating. So that's why it is going to be little costly. Next is site-to-site VPN. So site-to-site VPN, the fourth option is to connect to the service provider directly using a private wide area network. So directly you are going to connect to the service provider by using the WAN, that is using your private WAN, wide area network, like Google and all, okay, they use their own private wide area network for security purpose. So this setup allows confidentiality, guaranteed bandwidth and packet loss. So because of this, your data will be confidential. So no data leakage can happen because it is your private WAN. And guaranteed bandwidth. Bandwidth is nothing but the network speed. Okay, how much network speed and how much data will be transferred per second. This all will be measured. That is bandwidth. And less packet loss. So we are comparing here all 4 methods of this network connection method. Then there is a description and examples of use. So basic public internet. So this is anyone can use it. There is a fault tolerant, multiple providers and cost effective. It is performance issue for globally delivered applications. So most of the people use it and it is a cost effective and globally this is used. So examples who all uses is, okay, consumer applications uses. It is used for advertising supported services, applications where best effort service is sufficient. Next is accelerated internet, improved end user performance. So this gives some better security than basic public internet because it is end user performance, somewhat inconsistent performance and based on provider and ISP configuration, low cost. So it is best for cost sensitive service where improved response times and bandwidth are necessary. So response time and the speed is necessary. There this accelerated internet can be used. Optimized overlay. So there is a consistent performance here, ability to have strong service level agreements, and this is expensive. And this is expensive because extra layers you are going to add, you are adding in that, you are creating in that. Limited provider options and provider risks. So even this will be using the basic internet only, but providing some security for that basic internet. So business critical applications use this that require service level agreements delivering promised response times and bandwidth. And then we have site to site VPN. So this is ability to have strong service level agreements, site specific delivery, consistent performance, lowest latency, limited reach. And so site to site VPN. So this is the direct using your private network for connecting to the providers, connecting with the providers and direct accessing the services. And your confidential of data exchanging from one site to another site will be confidential, no data leakage problem. This arises. So no this problem arises. So business critical applications uses this and including server to server traffic. So cloud providers. So cloud providers are very important part of this cloud computing because they are going to provide the services to the users. So they have to provide the best services. So from that point they have to think. So they should have the huge lot of server facilities and a lot of computing power, lot of resources they should have, and connecting to the users, that is very important. Okay, how they can connect in a good manner to the users. So cloud providers that are growing might face big cost as network bandwidth charges increases. So one problem they face, that is network bandwidth charges increase. So cloud providers, when they are providing the services, then they should provide it in a very fast way, in an efficient manner. So network bandwidth they need to increase, but it also costly. So bandwidth is speed and how much data is transferred per time, that will be measured, and based on that the speed of the connection and the speed of accessing the services from the cloud providers will be decided. Big providers like Google are able to sidestep these charges by building their own WANs. So Google and many big organizations have their own private WANs. So they can afford this and they are secure. They are providing secure Google cloud services. They are providing secure cloud services. So performance can be improved and bandwidth charges reduced if providers use asymmetrical optimization. So as the big organizations uses their own private WAN, so those are more secure. And okay, if some of the organizations, if they use asymmetrical optimization where they has multiple routes for incoming and outgoing network traffic, So this what it can reduce the charges. So this can reduce response time by up to 70% and bandwidth requirements up to 80%. So as we have already discussed what is a network bandwidth. So definition of network bandwidth is bandwidth describes network speed. So it is nothing but maximum data transfer rate of a network over the internet connection. So it measures how much data can be sent over a specific connection in a given amount of time. So this all is calculated in this network bandwidth and the charges will be decided. So for example, a gigabyte Ethernet connection means Ethernet connection has a bandwidth of 1000 Mbps. So that is 125 megabytes per second. So an internet connection through cable modem may provide 25 Mbps of bandwidth. So bandwidth also refers to range of frequencies used to transmit a signal. So these all are part of a network bandwidth. So in today's session we have completed this remaining points of network, and we also studied about cloud providers. In the next topic we'll see cloud consumers. Thank you.